What's going on, guys? Back with another video. Today it's a late one. It's freaking 8:38. Just making our way over to the gym right now. I got about a 10-minute drive. Yeah, it's been a late day. So I'm an HVAC technician, and if you know anything about trades or even HVAC, there's that 1 week that is just basically a complete write-off for anything you want to do, and that's your on-call week. So I'm on call this week. Company I work for, we got about I think it's a 9-week rotation, maybe 8-week rotation. So last time I was on call was during Christmas, which was actually a pretty chill week. They did not really use me that much that week. But I don't know. We'll see how this week goes. It's supposed to be pretty warm. Today was pretty fucked. They had sent me all the way to Grimsby at the end of my day, and then they wanted to send me to Bowmanville. And if you know anything about southwestern Ontario, Grimsby and Bowmanville are very far from each other. I'd say maybe 3-hour drive, maybe even 3.5 with traffic at 5 o'clock. So that's what my day is going to be like tomorrow. They're going to send me to Bowmanville at the end of the day. So probably going to be another late lift. But enough of talking about work. Yeah, heading to the gym. Today is shoulder day. So back to shoulders. Since it's so late, I'm gonna opt out of the pre-workout / the Monster. Now, it was a tough decision because God knows I wanted it and God knows I need it, but having that amount of caffeine before I'm supposed to be going to bed is not a good idea. And I want to be able to sleep because, sleep leads to better recovery, which leads to better gains. So we're going to opt out of that. Luckily, today is just a shoulder day, so it doesn't require a ton of energy. So we'll get there. I think we're going to run through something similar we did last time. We're going to get some front delt action going on, so I want to go back to those shoulder presses. I think we said we're going to go for 85s this week, so we'll do that. Then some more lateral work for our side delt. So I think I might do a couple sets of the seated lateral raises, which I really liked. And then if I can find a cable, then maybe do a couple sets of cable lateral raises just to get some good tension going on my side delts. Then we'll end off with that same rear delt fiasco. So we'll try to get it done in about an hour. I'll probably get to the gym, start at around 9 o'clock, finish for ideally 10, and then get my cardio in. I think today's day 61 of cardio every day till I'm lean. So we're gonna do that, then head home, get some rest, and repeat for the next day. So that's enough yapping. I'll see you guys in there. All right, we're back here for the shoulder presses. We warmed up. We're going to start off with, we're going to get to 85s and see if we can get that form that we were wanting last week, as well as pushing that weight. The only difference is this week we're doing it without pre-workout. So let's channel into our inner Rock Lee, our inner willpower. Find the exercise and see what we got. Let's get a pretty good track going on. Wow, not off to a good start already. Let's go. Wow, that was not it. That's why we warm up. Okay. Let's grab a lighter weight and try that again. Okay, so we grabbed the 60s. Now, it's not that that set was heavy. I don't think that's what it was. I didn't hurt myself. I'm all right. I think it's just that we didn't warm it up. We didn't warm up efficiently. So, we dropped the weights a little bit. Let's lock in on the form and mentality, all right? Okay, I think that was the warm-up that we needed. We're gonna keep these 60s on standby in case some funny shit decides to happen with my shoulders again, but we'll give the 85s another go and really lock in. I think mentally I wasn't all there for that set. Okay, shoulders are feeling more warmed up. Let's go for round 2. And hopefully no funny business going on with my shoulder this time. Let's lock in, be focused. Not like that. Okay, that was much better. We're gonna double check the form on that. I think we hit about 9. I think we'll do one more. Then we'll move off to side delts. Yeah. Alright, now we're gonna go into some lateral raises. We're gonna do a couple sets of these seated ones, and then I wanna go more of a fixed kind of arm path. Less free balling it with dumbbells, more like control with like cables or a machine. So that's what we're gonna do. Well, let's adjust the seat first. I might not have the luxury to find a cable, and if I leave the bench I might lose the bench because it is pretty busy, although it's 9:30. So what we're gonna try to do is probably knock off another set of this, then had to go do some more cables after if one opens up. I think we'll do one more. Yeah, they're toast. Let's see if we can get lucky enough to find some cables, because I don't want to be done with side delts just yet. Not really got the most ideal places to record. We don't want to be in anyone's way either, because at the end of the day, this is a place of the people. We don't want to be in their way. So, what I like to do, I like to have this at about knee height. Take a step sideways, right? And I like to use the cuff so I don't really have to engage any forearm. And I like to keep it here, get a big stretch, and then sweep it all the way out. Right? Using that full tension. Up. And then back into that stretched position of the shoulder. And then sweep it out. Kind of just like that. You don't want to go too heavy, and you want to make sure you're utilizing good form for the majority of this workout. Doesn't take much. This is a very humbling exercise. I think we're only going to take one take of this, but do a couple sets just because I don't want to be in anyone's way, and there's not really a lot of angles that I can use. Big stretch. That's it. I'll see you guys when we start hitting some rear delts. I did about 2 more sets of those lateral raises, and this one guy was nice enough to be able to trade the single cable stack for this double one here, so I can do some rear delts. He was doing tricep extension, so I'd say it was a pretty fair trade. So we're gonna find our middle ground here. Same thing as last week. I think I'm just gonna do about 2 sets of this, just to this time instead of burn off my triceps. Sorry. Whoa, that weight is off. This time instead of doing it to kind of burn off my rear delts, it'll be to warm them up. So let's warm them up real quick. Then we're gonna get into our actual set. So with this here, I like to get a big stretch, let my arms basically be pulled across like this, and then keeping my shoulder, my scapula retracted and pulled back, so that it's all rear delts and no traps, or at least very minimal traps. So big stretch, pull, and squeeze your rear delts. You're basically pulling at like a 45-degree angle, like that. I think that'll do the trick. Let's get into our actual weight. I think we can do 23s. We're not doing shit without any music. Big stretch. Let's do about another one of that. Let's move on to some rear delt flies with the machine, and then we're gonna go do some cardio.
He talked too much during a run.
Yeah.
So our captain looked at him and was like, you know what you're gonna do? You're gonna run ahead of every one of us, and every tree you see, you're gonna apologize to us for wasting oxygen.
That's actually crazy.
That's the most Reddit fucking like.
Dude like that, he had to be a bully when he was in high school.
No.
To come up with that shit.
Dude, because see the thing is like now the thing is you can't yell at them. You can't like.
Really?
Yeah, you can't yell at them. You can't swear at them.
Why?
Just like it's not good for morale.
I don't know. It's a little sensitive if you ask me.
Yeah, but like.
You gotta build character.
I mean, like my mom calls me out every day.
Yeah. Yeah, that's how I grew up.
Never went down.
It's either that or you get lickings.
But I think like it's more like sometimes people took it too far.
Like how so?
Like there used to be a story where like someone had like a parent, like their dad left them, and
Oh shit.
and my instructor like took it too far.
And he said something about his dad leaving him?
Yeah, and like the next day, like the guy committed suicide.
Oh shit, okay, that's tough.
So then they were like, no, I think like people are taking it too far. It's like nobody gets to enjoy this now. You can't swear at the kids.
Yeah, shit. Yeah, I guess there's such thing as going too far.
Famous, bro?
Huh?
Are you famous?
No.
I was wondering.
Nowhere close.
I want to give it to Sebe. Hold money.
Yeah, I know, nowhere close. Just I like to document my my workouts.
That's it.
Yeah, freaking one thing I learned from recording my workouts is I've been counting my reps wrong the whole time.
No way.
Yeah, freaking I think I'm doing 13 and I'm doing 9, right? So
that's sometimes.
I'll go back and I'll recount everything. But, yeah.
Nice to meet you, man.
Nice to meet you. What was your name?
Ruben.
Ruben? Adonis, bro. Nice to meet you. Yeah. Alright, I'm gonna get this set in real quick.
waiting on this food? Fuck it, I guess the three of us are working at night.
Don't you guys
You and him.
It's a perfect circle. When he's done, he hops. Then he hops. He's like a little that's rest. It's each.
It's okay, bro. What are you gonna do, right? Bro. That's like every guy's like global president.
Okay, that's it. We're gonna move on to some cardio.
That's the keeper.
All right, so here we are doing some cardio, day 61. Sorry about the little yak session at the end of the rear delts exercise. Dude seemed to be pretty enthusiastic about his work, and you know, can't knock him for that. Plus, I think low-key working in the army is pretty cool. So I respect that. I definitely respect that. Not really too crazy of a lift today. Nothing interesting or really diabolical or out of the ordinary. Made sure I pushed myself on all my sets. Definitely the energy level is low, so that didn't really help too much with, I guess, feeling as intense, but we did make sure that the lift had intention and a purpose. And shoulders feel pretty good, right? Did enough side delts, rear delts, that's all I really cared about. Front delts, don't care about it as much just because you get enough stimulus when you're working chest, especially upper chest. And when I work chest, I bias my upper chest more than anything else. So yeah, quick lift. Took about maybe, hour and a half. Not really a quick lift, but we had some distractions between sets, so it's what it is. And the gym was pretty crowded. Yeah, I think that's it for me for today. Tomorrow it's probably gonna be another late day. Work's gonna be pretty crazy, so gonna come back here tomorrow late at night. This time with a pre-workout, a mystery monster for the day, and we're gonna get a nice leg day in. Anyways, thanks for listening. See you guys tomorrow.